Head of Asset Allocation at Alex Forbes, Mandisa Zavala, attributes the recent momentum to both structural and tactical factors aligning to support the rally. Zavala says there's been quite a bit of activity coming into South Africa.
For a while now, we've seen quite a bit of activity coming into South Africa, especially from offshore investors or foreigners in particular. They've seemed quite interested in South African equities because they look quite cheap. So we have been seeing a trend of more foreigners coming into our market. And I think that is also as a result of the global environment being one that is uncertain. But more importantly, I think there have been quite a number of releases in terms of data that have come out which point to South Africa looking quite good and doing quite well. I think we've seen the release of used car vehicles coming in, and that number actually looking very, very strong.
The global uncertainty has been driving renewed demand for safe haven assets like gold, which has been one of the strongest performers in the year to date. Benguela Global Fund Manager's senior portfolio, Grant Nader, says he sees potential for the market to move higher.
And I think it's going to happen on two fronts. So commodities remain fairly well bid. The fundamental drivers that got us here, being weaker dollar, higher inflation, rate cuts globally, etc., they're still intact. And so I suspect there's still going to be a bid around for commodities. You're seeing it move into copper, and some of the general miners are benefiting from that. When it comes to Naspers Prosus, there's still a lot of strength in those markets. There's still value to be had there, and they are well positioned to benefit from the build out of AI in China through Tencent. So I think those look okay. And then, of course, SA Inc. is actually still very cheap. So if you look at some of the financials and some of the retailers, they definitely are cheap. And all you need is things to look a little better in SA, and that could come from the stronger rand, from the commodity prices, from the rate cuts.
Meanwhile, Zavala notes lingering uncertainty over whether the basic materials sector can sustain its momentum.
I think in order to determine whether or not there will still be reason for foreign investors as well as local investors to keep buying the idea of gold, you'd need to consider whether or not, from a global perspective, gold as a theme is playing, that story sort of playing out, or it's deteriorating. I think right now, given the global dynamics and global fundamentals, the gold story still looks well bid. I think the levels at which it's getting, at levels at which it is at the top, it's kind of quite high. And so there is, a bit of caution being warranted there.
While foreign flows remain net negative overall, the tide has shifted compared with last year, suggesting scope for more inflows if sentiment continues to improve. Nosipho Khatebe, SABC News, Johannesburg.